Jazmine, aka Budget Treasures. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving more updates in regards to the CARES Act. This video will talk specifically about coronavirus related paid leave for workers, and then we're also going to talk about the unemployment benefit that is provided for those who have unfortunately been laid off, furloughed, or have a reduction in hours as well. So I'm going to be reading straight from the irs.gov website, and then I'm also going to be reading off of the Employment Development Department before the state of California. I know that every state will handle their unemployment benefits a bit different, so you might want to go to your state's website. I'm reading straight off of California because I reside in California, so I think that they're all the same, but I'm not sure. So I can't read every state, so I would definitely recommend that you go to your state's website to check on your unemployment benefits if needed, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So first, we're going to talk about the coronavirus related paid leave for those who are still working. So I do know of a lot of people who unfortunately still have to work in this time. You have grocery store workers who still have to work. You have your healthcare professionals who still have to work, those who are on the clinical side and the non-clinical side. You also have those who are working in restaurants and just an array of businesses that are still open, and everyone can't deploy home to work. And I wanted you to know what your benefits are if you are still working, but you feel like you might need to stay home because you may be ill or taking care of an ill family member. And then also if you do not have any child care as well. I know that a lot of the schools, at least here in California, Los Angeles, LA County, I'm sure it's for everyone else, but all of the schools have been closed for the rest of the year. And not year, but the rest of the school year, which is up until about June. So because of that, they have implemented this as well in the paid sick leave for workers. And I'm going to read straight from the website, okay? So here are the key takeaways. So for COVID-19 related reasons, employees receive up to 80 hours of paid sick leave and expanded paid child care leave when employees' children's schools are closed or child care providers are unavailable. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit more in detail about what this paid leave covers. The Act provides that employees of eligible employers can receive up to 2 weeks, which is up to 80 hours of paid sick leave at 100% of the employee's pay, where the employee is unable to work because the employee is quarantined and or experiencing COVID-19 symptoms and seeking a medical diagnosis. So if you feel as though you need to quarantine for 14 days, or maybe there's someone in your household who needs to quarantine, and we're going to get to that part as well, you are eligible to use this leave. An employee who is unable to work because of a need to care for an individual subject to quarantine, to care for a child whose school is closed, or child care provider is unavailable for reasons related to COVID-19, and or the employee is experiencing substantially similar conditions as specified by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, can receive 2 weeks up to 80 hours of paid sick leave at 2/3 of the employee's pay. So it's very important to know. So it says that you can receive 100% of your pay if you are unable to work because of COVID-19 reasons. It says that you would receive 2/3 of your pay if you're caring for someone and or the child's school is closed. So that's very important to know. An employee who is unable to work due to a need to care for a child whose school is closed or a child care provider is unavailable for reasons related to COVID-19 may in some instances receive up to an additional 10 weeks of expanded paid leave and medical leave at 2/3 the employee's pay. So you might not get 100% of your pay, but at least you'll get 2/3 of your pay, and that's whatever your pay is. Definitely reach out to your human resources department so they can give you detailed information about your situation specifically. So now we're going to move over to talk about the benefits that you receive if you are unemployed, if you have been affected by COVID-19 and unfortunately you've lost your job or you're furloughed or you have lost hours with your job. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So it says, we have reviewed the Federal CARES Act and are pleased to report that on Sunday, for the week ending April 11th, the EDD will begin issuing the new 600 additional unemployment benefit payment funded by the federal government. So that is amazing to know that you are going to be receiving an additional $600 to what you would have received without this benefit. One thing that I really like that the website does is it gives you kind of like a breakdown of how much you would get. And so I am going to review that with you. So it says, here's what you should know. Claimants do not need to do anything to receive this extra funding. The EDD will automatically add the full $600 to each week of current benefits that are paid every 2 weeks, as long as you are eligible for at least $1 in a regular payment each week. For someone receiving the most recent average unemployment insurance payment of $340 a week, a usual biweekly payment would equal $680. With the extra payment, that biweekly payment would increase to $1,880. The first week the additional payments can be made is for the week ending April 4th, not before. Separate retroactive payments will be automatically issued soon to those who had an active claim that week. And the 600 extra payments can continue to those who remain impacted and otherwise eligible for benefits through the week ending July 31st, 2020. So this is really good to know that you're going to get the additional $600. So I also wanted to give this information as well. They said if you are sick or quarantined, if you're unable to work due to having or being exposed to COVID-19, that you can file for disability. So that is an option that you do have. The benefit amounts are approximately 60 to 70% of wages, depending on your income. And it can range from $50 to $1,300 a week. And then it also says the governor's executive order waives the 1 week unpaid waiting period. So you can collect disability benefits for the first week that you're out of work. So that's pretty cool. And then it also talks about caregiving. So if you're unable to work because you're caring for an ill or quarantined family member with COVID-19, then you can also file a paid family leave claim. So you can file for that. And then that will pay you 60 to 70% of wages as well. And then for school closures, if your child's school is closed and you have to miss work to be there for them, you may be eligible for unemployment insurance benefits. So then there you can file an unemployment insurance claim. Sorry guys that I'm looking down the whole time, but I just want to make sure that I read it verbatim because I do not want to misinterpret what it's saying. So I might elaborate a little bit, but I want to make sure that I'm reading it verbatim, okay? And then if you are self-employed, you may have benefits available from EDD employment insurance programs that you or your employer may have paid into over the past 5 to 18 months. So if you are still working, but you feel as though you need to stay home because you need to quarantine for yourself, a family member, or maybe your child does not have any childcare, you are protected through paid leave for workers. So definitely check that out on irs.gov. And then for unemployment benefits, there's a lot of benefits there. You want to make sure that you go to the website. I have spoken with a few people who have put in a claim through unemployment, and I've gotten mixed feedback. So A couple of people have told me that the process went smooth for them. They've already gotten their award letter and they will be receiving their payments very soon. And then I've also received feedback from other people saying that they cannot get through to the unemployment customer service and that there's long wait times and that they're having a very bad experience. What I would recommend that you do is visit the website. Yes, I'm sure that they're being flooded with calls, and they only have so many workers who are, one, trying to process claims, and then who are, two, trying to answer the call. There's been millions of people who've been impacted, so I'm sure that unfortunately they just cannot handle the volume that's coming in. So definitely be as patient as you can. It's kind of hard to say that because you need your money. So I would say just to visit the website if you possibly can. Maybe they have some tools and resources there that will be able to help you. I know just on a normal day, it's hard to get in touch with the unemployment department. I've experienced it before myself, where I just had to go down there because calling on the phone was like a waste of time. And now, because you don't have that option to just go down there, I would call and then definitely go to the website. So I actually will be helping my daughter to file for unemployment. She's 17 years old and she was working, but unfortunately the mall closed down, so she's out of employment. They did tell her that she would be able to file for unemployment, and so we're going to go through that process, and then I'm going to let you guys know what happens next week. When I give another update, I'll let you guys know how that all went. Was it smooth? Was it not? Yada, yada, yada. And I don't think you have to be 18 in order to file for unemployment, but I will find out. So that is pretty much all of the updates that I have for today. I'm sorry that this video is out late, but the first video that I filmed, it didn't have all of the information that I wanted, so I needed to film it again in order to get you guys everything. So if you have any questions, make sure that you leave them down in the description box. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.